in cryptocurrency in 2017 than in the history of our country. You want to join the Bitcoin revolution today. That's 480-466-1096. 480-466-1096.
It's your daily act of civil disobedience. This is the Joe Walsh Program.
I think what's going on down at our border right now is really pretty simple. Look, when you throw rocks at our border patrol agents, well, you're no longer some poor migrant seeking asylum. You're a criminal, and you ought to be arrested or you ought to be booted out of this country.
This is the Joe Walsh Show.
Nights at 7 p.m. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Join us on Saturday, September 22nd from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for the 13th annual Celebrate the Art of Recovery Expo at the Phoenix Convention Center. The Art of Recovery Expo is free to the public and offers positive solutions to those facing addiction challenges and to the people who love them. Meet the experts in the field of addiction treatment, intervention, and prevention. Keynote speaker Justin Luke Riley, president and CEO of the nonprofit Young People in Recovery. The Art of Recovery Expo, inspiring success on the road to recovery. Visit celebratetheartofrecovery.org.
Are you interested in the arts, in travel, and hearing a variety of social perspectives? Don't miss the Greg Lawson Skylight Show every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. right here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Welcome to Pain Management Arizona. I'm Bob Miller. I'm licensed massage therapist, neuromuscular trigger point specialist, and pain management specialist. I have been with you here every Friday night at 9 p.m. We're talking about pain management, things you can do to get rid of the pains you have without having to rely on medications. And soon I may be moving to Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. There's someone else taking this time slot. We'll see how the contract negotiations go, and I might continue on Sunday mornings on the same station at 6 a.m. I'll have more details next week. But we are talking about pain management, and some real natural ways you can get rid of your pain with therapeutic massage and trigger point therapy. I have 2 locations that I work out of, one in Phoenix and one in Peoria at Sonoran Life Solutions. It's a great counseling office. They do individual, group, and family counseling there. I have an office in their building, and in Phoenix, it's at Urban Wellness at about 7th Street and McDowell. Another great location for natural remedies, healthy alternatives without relying on pills, because the pill situation had gotten so out of control that the government finally stepped in and put the opioid restrictions in place. So your doctors can only prescribe people 5 days worth of these powerful painkillers at a time without an office visit. So you got to every 5 days, you got to keep going back to the doctor if you want to get more pills. No more 30 days with 3 refills. But the opioid crisis just really got out of control in the last few years. It's been out of control for many, many years. But in 2015, there was 300 million prescriptions written for opioid painkillers. There's only 329 million people in the United States. And that's pretty much like 1 bottle of pill for every man, woman, and child in this country. And 80% of all the opioids manufactured in the world are eaten by Americans. And America only makes up 5% of the world's population. So one tiny little fraction of the world's population is eating up 80% of all this powerful painkiller. And doctors have not really been telling people how addictive they are and how much problems can be associated with taking these pills over time. And one of the biggest problems with taking painkillers a lot is you're not aware that you're injuring yourself even worse. When you've got pain or burning sensation or some kind of issue going on with you, that's your body trying to tell you, hey, you're stop doing what you're doing or lighten up on it because you're injuring yourself even worse. And then people don't feel that anymore and they overexert themselves and cause more problems than they need to be having or they had originally. And the problem's much worse when they come off the pills. And neuromuscular trigger point therapy is really simple way to get rid of these pains most of the time permanently. Or until you re-injure it with, get new knots in the muscle, because the knots in the muscle are strained muscle fibers that have, gotten stuck. It stops blood flow, and then they start getting a cluster of these little tiny knots in the muscle. We call them trigger points when they're up against a nerve, because then they are interacting with the nerve and causing kind of like a feedback. The nervous system is your electrical wiring of your body. So if if you've ever tried to plug a speaker wire into something and you don't get when it's not all the way in, you get this hum coming over the speakers. That's basically the same thing that's going on with your nerves. You're getting this hum coming over the nerve back to your brain, and your brain thinks it's coming from the other end of that nerve, which could be not even close to where the knot is actually bothering the nerve. But the brain thinks, hey, this is coming from the foot, even though it's in your hip where the knot's on the nerve, gets to the brain, and the brain's going to tell you there's something going on with your foot. If it's kind of a mild irritation, it's going to be itching or tingling. If it's more severe, it's going to be pain. If it's even more severe, it's going to be a burning sensation, because what do you do when something burns? You immediately reverse direction. And if it's completely cutting off the signal, it's going to be a numbness. And so you can have all these kind of things going on in the low back, hip, leg, calf, foot, shoulder, neck, and where you're feeling the pain. A lot of time, I would venture to say even most of the time, there's nothing at all wrong with that part of your body. You get tingling in your fingers or numbness in your fingers sometimes. That's normally always going to be knots in the muscle in the side of your neck on the nerve pathways. So when somebody comes in and tells me they got numbness in their hands or tingling in their fingers all the time or a lot, I don't even really touch their hands or their arms. I go for the neck, because that's where I know the problem most of the time is. And sure enough, I work the knots out of the neck, it goes away. Just like headaches. Headaches are a major problem for people. Headaches are really bad because if it's a pain in the arm or the leg or the back, that's kind of over there. But when it's in your head, we live in our head. So it's kind of like you can't escape it. It really gets to be a real problem in our lives to have that, that kind of pain in our head, especially migraine type of pain. And when people come to me and say they have headaches, I can tell them with confidence that I can make your headaches go away and they won't come back until you start doing the same type of activities like staring down at your cell phone or turning your head to the side to look at a computer screen for hours on end. Then you're going to get brand new knots, and they're going to may cause the same problem. Then you can come back to me and I can fix you again. But I do, like I said, the 2 locations that I normally meet clients at in Phoenix and in Peoria, I only charge $50 an hour. And most of those fast food places of massage, they charge, upwards of, $79, $99 for a 1-hour session. And I am running a additional special this month for an additional 30 minutes on your massage. So for $50, you can get a 90-minute massage at the Peoria location. That's only at the Peoria location. The Phoenix location is the regular price there. But at Peoria, I can give you a 90-minute massage for only $50. And you can't beat that price anywhere. And you can't really find too many people. I've not met one yet that can do what I do with neuromuscular trigger points. And so go to my website. You can go to my website at I'llFixYou.com. I have coupons, specials, promotions. I got some free ebooks, a lot of great stretching charts, because stretching is fantastic for preventing getting knots. Keep the muscles limbered up. They don't knot up as easy. And check out my website and go to I'llFixYou.com. You can book in from my website at the Peoria office. It's not set up to do the Phoenix location, but you can call the number, call me up if you want to see me in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix. Want to go to Peoria, you can call me up as well, or book on the website, or call 623-974-3333. Call the girls in the office there, and they can get you an appointment booked as well. And when we come back, if you want to give me a call here at the station during the show and ask any questions you might have about yourself or a loved one, call 602-277-5369. That spells out KFNX. 602-277-KFNX. And check out the website, check the stretching charts, check my prices, and it's got a lot of good information on how trigger point therapy can help you. And we'll be back after these messages, take some calls, and talk more about how to prevent getting these problems in the first place.
Take a chance on me.
Hey everyone, this is Ken Beckrick, owner of Online Trading Academy Phoenix. One of my students recently told me that Online Trading Academy is the best kept secret in the Valley. Well, let me tell you, if you're a business owner, the last thing you want is for your business to be a secret in the community it serves, even if it is the best one. So I'm offering a series of complimentary workshops to get the word out. The workshop will benefit beginners who want to generate monthly income trading the financial markets. Additionally, it'll benefit those who have no interest in trading but want to manage their long-term retirement accounts. And if you're an experienced trader who's struggling to generate consistent profits, this workshop's for you too. Admission is free for those who call 8448 income right now. That's 844-846-2663. When you attend, you'll also receive 5 of our most popular home study courses absolutely free. Call 8448 income now. Seating is limited. Call 844-846-2663 today.
If you're a small business owner, good, sound, objective advice can be critical to your success, but where to find it and at what cost? Hi, I'm Alan Tarr speaking for Greater Phoenix SCORE, the nonprofit volunteer-driven organization dedicated to helping small businesses thrive. There are 3 ways to benefit from SCORE. Each year, we hold over 100 expert workshops at convenient sites around the Valley on topics ranging from marketing to finance to operations. Next, you can browse our online resource library at greaterphoenix.score.org. And finally, SCORE's popular free one-to-one mentorship program. Last year, over 2,000 smart business people began SCORE mentor relationships because they know that investing time in their business can pay big dividends now and down the road. To find out more, please visit us at greaterphoenix.score.org. greaterphoenix.score.org. You'll be glad you did.
The Marcus Giovanni Show, that badly needed adult conversation and truth. Leave your politics at the door, right here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX and 1100KFNX.com.
Sundays at 7 p.m.
And the more I looked into it, the more I thought, same old story. You got people trying to break into our country. Okay, don't let them in. Next.
This is the Joe Walsh Show.
Nights at 7 p.m. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Tune in to get your questions answered.
Thank you, Dr. Marshall. Promote exquisite immune and cardiovascular support with Quantum Nutrition Lab's Quantum Garlic Complex, featuring bear garlic and allicin. Buy 2 bottles and get the 3rd one free. Call 800-370-3447 or visit online at qnlabs.com.
Crazy, what I'm about to say.
Welcome back to Pain Management Arizona. I'm Bob Miller, licensed massage therapist, trigger point specialist, and pain management specialist. I'm also the owner of New Serenity Massage. You can visit me at the location in Peoria, about 94th Drive in the Avenues in Thunderbird, just off the 101 freeway, or downtown Phoenix at about 7th Street and McDowell. I only charge $50 per hour as opposed to $79.99 like they charge at those fast food places of massage. And I actually specialize in therapeutic massage and neuromuscular trigger point therapy. Really fantastic stuff I've learned how to do with getting rid of things like back pain, headaches, hip pain, sciatic pain. Because most of these pains are attributed to knots in the muscle that are just bothering the nerve and causing all sorts of, you know, strange signals to run up and down the nerve. If it's running up the nerve to your brain, it's going to be a weird sensation or pain. If it's running down the nerve to a muscle, it's going to give you a cramp in the muscle. But there are a lot of ways that we can prevent getting knotted up in the first place. And one of the things that's going to keep me in business the rest of my life is cell phones. Because everybody likes to hold on to their cell phone and stare down at it. And then your head's in the downward position. The normal human head weighs 10 to 12 pounds. And when got your head up straight, all the muscles around your neck and shoulders, all they got to do is balance it so it doesn't flop over on you. But once you start looking down just a little bit, gravity is now grabbing onto your head, your face, and trying to pull your head down. So all those muscles in your neck and shoulders are tensing up to resist gravity, because now it's like with that torque, it's like your head weighs 27 pounds. If you're holding your phone down by your chest and looking way down at it, that's an extra 60 pounds of torque on your neck and shoulder muscles resisting gravity. And you hold that position for quite some time. You're reading text, writing text, checking Facebook, liking things that people post, not because you like what they post, because you like them and you want them to feel good about something they posted, or watching Netflix. So you can spend quite a bit of time with your head in that downward position, and that's going to really strain your muscles and give you just the right knots to cause headaches. And that's when people come to me. So I don't tell people not to use your phone. I tell you, just hold your phone closer to shoulder level. That way you're looking down at it with your eyes and not looking down at it with your neck. If you got a computer screen that you would stare at all day, make sure if you have two screens, your main screen, your home screen, is straight in front of you. So, if your feet are flat on the floors, your knees are pointed at the screen, the keyboard, and your shoulders are nice and parallel, lined up like dominoes. That way you're not sitting with your head turned, looking at screens that are side by side and you're sitting in between, because that's going to strain one side of your neck. It's really not too hard to prevent getting knots. Stretching's really good too. Like I mentioned before, you can go to my website, I'llFixYou.com. On the extra stuff page, I've got a ton of great stretching charts. They got a sketch of a person in the position of the stretch, the muscles highlighted so you know what area you're targeting, and it's got a great description of how to do it safely. And then one thing I got to always mention to people is when you're doing stretching, never stretch to the point where it hurts. Once you hit the pain area, back off, be in the stretch feeling area, because pain is not good. Two of the worst pieces of advice ever given are no pain, no gain, and feel the burn. Pain and burning is your body telling you not to do something. And a lot of people think, oh yeah, you gotta do it until it hurts. But no, yeah, well, then it's gonna probably hurt you for years to come. But definitely check out the website. Again, my price per hour is only $50 per hour. For the rest of this year, I am running that special, and you can get either $10 off a 1 hour massage, so you can come in and get a massage for $40 for 1 hour, or if you need an hour and a half for the $50, I'll give you the half hour tacked onto your massage for free, so you get a 90-minute massage for only $50 at the Peoria office. And this is the Christmas time of year, and this is the time of year that I use a FedEx box for my cat box. Works out well. Instead of cleaning it, I just tape it up and leave it on the porch and let somebody steal it. And then they get a nice little surprise when they get home with their stolen packages. A lot of that going around. I kind of like to remind people, it's real easy to just put a note on the door for the postman, put USPS in big letters so they notice it, say, please leave a note, a pickup ticket. I'll come to the post office and pick it up, because there are a lot of these idiots out there that are stealing packages off of people's porches and from the doors. I actually caught a guy doing that to my neighbor across the street a couple years ago. I saw the mailman come up and get out a couple packages, go down, put them by the front gate to their garage, and then here comes a guy in a minivan, and I was watching. I walked out on the porch, and I'm right across the street, and I see him go and pick up the packages and start heading back to his minivan. I yelled some choice words at him, and he put down the packages, jumped in his car, and took off. Unfortunately, I didn't get the license plate number. But yeah, they're out there. They're doing it. They're actually following the postman around, probably following the UPS and FedEx trucks around too, waiting to watch them drop something off that they think they want. And they'll steal it. But yeah, if you leave them a note saying, hey, deliver it when I'm home, or, take it back to the post office and I'll go pick it up. It's a lot better than losing those things to these people. But back on what we were talking about here. A lot of the pains that people get, I mean, it's even decades old pain. I've had so many people that have been on medications or going to doctors, specialists, neurologists for years and years and years, trying to get rid of something like a back pain or headaches or migraines. Then they come to me, and I know where to look for these types of issues. When somebody tells me they have an issue, I get pictures flashing in my head of the nervous systems and the muscle groups that those nerves are running through. And I start doing the massage. I start feeling around on the muscles. I have a very gentle technique to release these knots. I don't jam elbows into people, but it's very, very effective. I've had people that have had one lady a few months ago. She had said that she had had a daily headache all day, every day for the last 18 years. 18 years, headache every day. I worked on her, just a 1 hour session, found all these huge clusters of knots she had in her shoulders and her neck, right where I knew they would be. Took my time, got them all to release, got done with the hour, said, okay, just open up the door when you're done getting dressed, stepped out. She opened up the door. Her eyes were real big looking at me. And I just looked at her and said, it's kind of nice not to have a headache, isn't it? And she said, this is so weird. I forgot what it felt like not to have a headache. And that was over 3 months ago, and her headaches have not returned. I've had migraine sufferers, the same situation, migraines for many, many years, 2, 3, 4 times a week, these terrible migraines. I work on them, get the knots out of the muscles that's causing this, and the migraines stop. They don't keep getting migraines anymore. And it's just really an amazing, it's amazing because it's so simple. The medical world just really loves to give pills out. They got pills for everything. And the pills really aren't working from what I'm seeing, because most of the people say, oh, yeah, I've been on migraine medications for several years. So I still get migraines. It's like, then why do you keep taking the pills? It's not working. It's kind of like Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. But people trust doctors. I always say there's 4 groups of people that a lot of people will not doubt anything they say. It's your parents, your teachers, doctors, and clergy. These people are only supposed to speak right things. So we don't doubt them. We don't question them. And, it's time that we really start questioning a lot of these things. That's why the government stepped in and put all these opioid restrictions in place, because they're realizing, it's not a good thing just to be throwing pills at people when they have issues. I did have a girl that came into the massage school back when I was in massage school. This was really my eye-opening experience. She had already been to the doctor about the shoulder pain that she had been suffering with. She was a concert cellist, so constant repetitive arm motion. So her right shoulder, she's had a lot of pain for a long time in, and she'd been to the doctor, and the doctor wanted to give her pills, and she told the doctor she was allergic to the pills because she didn't want to be taking pills. So the doctor said, well, go home, put ice on it, and kicked her out of the office. Did absolutely nothing for her. And she came to the massage school, because you can go to the massage schools and get a cheap massage from somebody who doesn't quite know what they're doing yet. And I had already learned about trigger point work, and I was working on her chest muscles, her upper chest, pectoralis major, and I found a knot in her upper chest that as soon as I put a little pressure on it, she said, I can feel that in my shoulder, right where it normally hurts. And I said, good. Well, let's get it to release and see what happens. That not released after, about 10, 15 seconds. And she goes, my shoulder pain is gone. She starts moving her arm around in all sorts of different directions and said, it's completely gone. And that was really my light bulb over the head moment, that I had to know everything I could read on neuromuscular relations and trigger point work. And I had never looked back. I studied several different modalities, acupuncture, acupressure, shiatsu, Thai massage, lomi, compared them all to each other into what I know, and then researched it deeper. And now I have had just amazing successes. I don't think I've had anybody that's come to me with headaches that I could not help them. 99% of them, they go away and they stay away. But definitely check out my website. Get more information at I'llFixYou.com. I'm also streaming live on video if you want to see what an ugly shirt I'm wearing, on Pain Management Arizona on YouTube, and same name on Facebook. Live streaming. And we'll be right back with more information on pain.
You couldn't be that man.
A partial government shutdown will go into effect at midnight Eastern Time. Correspondent Linda Kenyon has details.
The House adjourned for the evening, even as House and Senate leaders continued negotiations with the White House. That means even if they do reach an agreement, the House won't vote on it before at least Saturday. Several government agencies not yet funded through a temporary spending bill will have to shutter their doors, at least for a day, maybe longer.
The letter of resignation Defense Secretary Jim Mattis handed the president is said to have detailed more than 2 years of accumulating frustration. It has also pointed to strategic hazards facing Mattis's successor, such as frayed ties with allies and doubts about U.S. reliability as a security partner. The Taliban welcoming news of the U.S. plan to withdraw half its troops in Afghanistan by the summer. Afghan generals are warning it would be a blow to the morale of the country's security forces. I'm Bart Necker.
I'llFixYou.com. Therapeutic Massage with Trigger Point Therapy. This is real lasting pain relief. Regular massage is great, feels good, great for the body. But Trigger Point Therapy corrects the problem that's causing the pain at the source, even decades-old pain. Headaches, back pain, migraines, sciatic pain, and so much more. Safe, natural, and gentle, half the price of the big chains, only $50 per hour. Go to I'llFixYou.com.
I'm Francis Battaglia, president of Independent Talk 1100 KFNX, and we're expanding our lineup of local talk shows. We're looking for individuals, business owners, and professionals to host their own radio talk show. This would be a new weekly show that either you pay for or help get sponsors to fund your show. You would pick the topic, select guests, and take calls from the listening audience. There is no experience necessary, and we provide training. Call me at 602-277-1100, extension 1463, 602-277-1100, extension 1463.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, talk, touch their hair. Details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones we carry with us every day. Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
Would you like to come on my radio show and talk about what you do? I'm Carol Blonder, the host of Networking Arizona. I created a show where you can get yourself heard by thousands of listeners. You also get a podcast of the show so you can put it on your website. Heard Tuesdays and Fridays from 3 to 5 p.m. It's a drive time, prime time show. Call me and book your spot at 602-228-4629. Get the word out about what you do. Visit my website, networkingarizona.net.
Hi, Rick and Dave here. The Elton Brothers on KFNX. Have you ever pulled in front of a listing, can't get a hold of anyone, and just wanted more info and photos? That's so annoying. Well, we have an app for you. Simply text Elton to 32323. It's completely free and downloads right to your mobile device. So any real estate sign across the valley, text Elton to 32323 and get all the MLS info right to your phone. Immediately. The Elton Brothers, putting real estate in the palm of your hand.
Tune in Thursdays at 11 a.m.
Welcome back to Pain Management Arizona. I'm Bob Miller, licensed massage therapist, owner of New Serenity Massage, and I am a neuromuscular trigger point specialist and pain management specialist. Got 2 locations. You can come see me. There's one in Peoria, about 94th Drive and Thunderbird, just off the 101, and also in downtown Phoenix at about 7th Street and McDowell. I specialize in therapeutic massage, actual pain management, pain relief, get rid of things like headaches, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatic pain. Even had some amazing successes with peripheral neuropathy. If you or anyone you know has numbness in the leg, foot, toes, I've had some really great successes actually restoring feeling in limbs. Because again, a lot of that is just knots in the muscle that are blocking off the nerve signals. And I guess they just old Trump buddy there signed the farm bill that, and part of that is legalizing hemp in the United States nationwide for industrial uses, which is really kind of a giant leap considering, they've been doing it for hundreds of years in all the other countries and used to do it here. But a lot of people have been opposing it because they try to group hemp in with marijuana because they're, the related plants. But the hemp plant won't get people high, but it has so many incredible uses to it. And for all these years, we've been having to import hemp products from other countries and sell them here. And instead of just manufacturing it ourselves, it's really an amazing plant. It's got food benefits. Hemp seeds and hemp oil are highly nutritious, great source of protein, minerals, dietary fibers. It's the only plant that contains all the essential fatty acids and amino acids required by the human body. I was reading up a little bit on it, and there's just so much that can be made from the hemp plant. Just little education in case people were wondering. It's body care. It's the beneficial oils and natural emollient properties. You can make lotions, skincare, shampoos, hair, cosmetics, and then you're not using all the toxic chemicals. Paper. That's actually how the marijuana plant and hemp all got illegalized back in the 30s. Was William Randolph Hearst. He had multi-millionaire in the paper industry and had the rights to start cutting down the forests. So he was going to make money hand over fist, making money doing logging and making money, for the trees for his own paper mills. And he knew the hemp plant could be used for paper. And it grows like a weed. So he went to Congress and he said, hey, there's this drug coming up from Mexico. It's causing insanity and provoking people to violence. And they were like, oh my gosh, we need to make that illegal. And probably wearing a hemp shirt while they signed it on a hemp piece of paper. And so 80 years later, we're finally, getting it through our heads that the hemp plant is not a drug. It is a highly useful product, a resource that we can save the forest now, because now we can make paper from the hemp plant. It regenerates in the field in a few months, unlike trees, which can take 30 years or more to become harvestable. And we can help save the world's forests here. I mean, they're doing it in you can make fabrics, textiles, rope. You make the fabric that is made from hemp is similar to cotton, but much more durable. You make rugs, fuel. For centuries, hemp oil was used as lamp oil. Can even be, and we're not going to be using fossil fuels. We don't have all the toxic emissions and carbon monoxide. It can actually be made into diesel fuel, plastics without all the chemicals. Even Henry Ford in 1941 held a media event where he swung an axe at a prototype car body made from hemp to show how durable it was and how strong it was. So it's just really an amazing product. And I guess it was actually Barack Obama that had spearheaded this by allowing limited hemp crops to be grown here in the United States for the purpose of researching how useful it is and how it can help the economy and help the planet. And now it's Trump went ahead and signed the farm bill yesterday, making that law so we can start not being so dependent on fossil fuels and importing all this stuff that we've been selling all along. We can make it ourselves, help our economy. That's a great thing. And then they have the CBD oils and creams that are really, there's just so many health benefits to it. And none of these things will get anybody high. That's the thing. I think the stigma of, the hemp plant has just been lumped into that category as being a drug, but it's not. But back on topic, we're talking about pain management, talking about neuromuscular trigger point therapy, therapeutic massage. Regular massage has tons of benefits for the body. It helps blood circulation, lymphatic drainage, reduces stress. And with the trigger point work that I do, we can just really get the knots out of the muscle, because when you have a tight muscle, it's because there's knots in the muscle, because all those fibers in your muscle are connected from one end to the other. And when you get a knot in the fiber, it's pulling at both ends, so the entire muscle stays tight. When I get in there and release the knots, the entire muscle just turns to jello. It's just nice, limp, nice, soft, because the muscle should be soft and smooth all the time. Should not be lumpy and hard. But that's what happens when we hold our head in wrong positions, hold our body in the wrong positions. They always say lift with your legs and not with your back. Great advice. But one of the biggest problems that people have is when you twist and extend at the same time. If you think about how it feels if you try to get your keys out of your right pocket with your left hand, it's not a comfortable position to try to twist in, because you got one hand full. Or if you try to reach something in the back seat of your car, that's the seat that's right behind you, because then you're trying to lean and twist at the same time. And it feels uncomfortable, but it doesn't feel like we're doing damage, but we really are. It's going to be something you're going to do it often enough, you're going to feel it later. But most of the time, it's really simple stuff, like, your positioning while you're working on your computer, position while you're watching TV. If the TV's where your favorite place to sit, the TV's a little bit off to one side or the other, you're just sitting there watching TV with your head slightly turned, just ever so slightly to one side, but you hold that position for long periods of time, it's going to start getting the muscle fibers tightened up. Because, we all know the muscles are made up of fibers. Like when you tear apart a piece of chicken, it comes apart in little strings. Those are muscle fibers. And when a muscle is held in the same position for long periods of time, over tightened suddenly, or impacted, some of those fibers do end up getting stuck in the tight position, and it stops blood flow, because blood cannot flow through a tight muscle. And thus you have a knot in one of those tiny little fibers. But all the healthy fibers are connected to the ones that are getting knotted up, so they can't move either. And they start developing knots in them as well. So before you know it, you have a whole cluster of knots in your muscle. If you ever have felt one of your own knots in your muscle, you feel your shoulder or something, and it's like, oh yeah, I got a knot right there. That is not just a knot. Normally that's going to be 20, 30, 50, 100 knots in a cluster, because each knot's smaller than the head of a pin. And when you get that many knots in a cluster and it's right around the nerve, it's perfect recipe for pain, headaches, back pain. And my technique is very gentle, very passive. I don't grind an elbow into you. I just take my time. When I find the knots, release them, and then the pressure comes off the nerve and the pain goes away. I've had a lot of very satisfied customers that have come from this radio show, heard me on the radio, decided to make an appointment, and they were all really amazed at how good they felt after the massage, and that the pain that they've been battling for years, sometimes decades, had gone away. Again, I only charge $50 per hour. 2 locations, Phoenix and Peoria. The Peoria office, I got a special right now. You can get an extra 30 minutes for the $50 price, or you can get $10 off of just an hour massage. So $40 for an hour or $50 for a 90-minute if you book at the Peoria location before New Year's Eve. We're running this special till the end of the year. Makes it sound like a long time, till the end of the year. It was like when we were in school and we'd get off for Christmas break and say, "Oh, see you next year." We all thought that was so funny when we were kids. But yeah, definitely check out my website. You can go to I'llFixYou.com, check out the prices, check out the locations. Got phone numbers, contact information. You can even book the Peoria office right from the website. Make sure you get the time and day that you want. If you want to get in for the hour and a half, just book it as a 90-minute and only be charged for an hour. Or book an hour and I'll give you the $10 off if you mention it to me. And there's coupons at the bottom of the website, free ebooks, free stretching charts, all sorts of great stuff to help you live pain-free on a regular basis. And we will be back in just a couple minutes with more information.
I'llFixYou.com. Therapeutic Massage with Trigger Point Therapy. This is real lasting pain relief. Regular massage is great, feels good, great for the body. But Trigger Point Therapy corrects the problem that's causing the pain at the source, even decades-old pain. Headaches, back pain, migraines, sciatic pain, and so much more. Safe, natural, and gentle, half the price of the big chains, only $50 per hour. Go to I'llFixYou.com.
Sharing has never meant as much as it does now. Everything is up for the world to see. But what if the sharing could be used to make a difference? The National MS Society is building a place where everyone can share their experiences for good. If you have a story, share it. If you have a solution, share that too. Because together, we are stronger. Join us at wearestrongerthanms.org.
Do you get tired of being right? I'm tired of being right, and I'm tired of people not listening to us be right. We are correct. Sometimes it's a burden to constantly be so completely correct on so many things.
Dana Lesh, afternoons at 12 p.m. Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Every day, millions of people move into middle age and beyond, and many experience age-related changes, with memory issues being the most noticeable. It may start with something small, like forgetting an appointment or why you walked into a room, but can lead to a much bigger issue down the road. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health is doctor-formulated and contains the breakthrough memory booster Cognizin, clinically proven to reduce cognitive inhibition. Lariva turmeric can also be found in this powerful formula, along with a number of targeted whole food antioxidants known for brain health. Emerald Laboratories Memory Health also contains methylated B12, which is important since research indicates that 25% of American seniors are deficient in B12, a known factor of cognitive decline, potentially leading to memory loss. Ask for Emerald Laboratories Memory Health at your local health food store today, or learn more about it at shopnaturalproducts.com. That's shopnaturalproducts.com.
The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m.
There's some things to learn from the discussion, which is to constantly be trying to improve or grow what it is you do in your portfolio and not just continue to replicate what it is you figured out how to do. I decided that what I needed to do was just continue trying to buy more and more partnerships.
The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m. Everything you need to know about finance and real estate. For more information, mypassiveincomesystem.com. mypassiveincomesystem.com.
Welcome back to Pain Management Arizona. I am Bob Miller, licensed massage therapist, neuromuscular trigger point specialist, and pain management specialist at New Serenity Massage. 2 locations you can book an appointment with me in Phoenix at Urban Wellness. It's at about 7th Street in McDowell, or in Peoria at about 94th Drive in the Avenues and Thunderbird, just off the 101 freeway. At Sonora Life Solutions Counseling Offices. Great place. A lot of great counselors there. Do family counseling, group counseling, and individual counseling. I have an office there I can see at. And again, I only charge $50 per hour. which is about half of the normal rate of those fast food places of massage where you can go to get a fluffy massage, but not too many of them know a lot about pain management or trigger point therapy. And I want to give a shout out to Shelly. How you doing? She is watching me live streaming on Facebook, and I'm also live streaming on YouTube. Both the page and the channel is called Pain Management Arizona. Also having my contest. If you want to enter for a free 90-minute massage, you can send an email to painmanagementarizona@gmail.com. Put contest in the subject line and you give me your name. You will not get any spam. It's just a drawing. Had a few winners over the last few months. People very happy that they entered the contest, and I got not a whole lot of people. You got pretty good odds of winning if you want to get in on that. And it's almost Christmas. This is my last show before Christmas. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I got one more Friday show after this one, and then I may be moving to Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. And I know a lot of my friends out there are saying, well, I won't be listening to you then. I'm not getting up that early on a Sunday, but we'll see how that goes. And again, we are talking about pain and how to prevent getting pain. Stretching is an awesome way to prevent getting knots in the muscle. Most people only think of stretching before exercising or playing sports or some major physical activity, but there are some great stretches just to do in bed when you wake up in the morning. I have a packet of stretches I give out to a lot of my clients that's actually, 6 stretches to do while you're still in bed before you even get up, just to get all the muscle groups a little bit warmed up before you go. It's not like a big long routine. It's just do this stretch, this stretch, this stretch, and you'll feel a lot better throughout the entire day. We can take a lesson from our pets, our furry friends, because what's the first thing you see a cat or a dog do when it wakes up? It stretches. It stretches its front legs, back legs, stretches its whole body, and then it does cat and dog things. We definitely should take a lesson from the animal. You go to the zoo, the lions, the tigers, the bears, oh my, they do it too. But it's a natural instinct. After you've been at rest, stretch. Even if you work at a desk job all day, it's, do a little 5-minute little stretching routine, and you'll feel so much better towards the end of the day. And one of the other things I definitely emphasize doing with, for people is remember that we always start to raise our shoulders throughout the day. We do it all day long. We hold our shoulders up. We call it, it's from stress. But yeah, in a way it is. It's the fight or flight reflex in our mind that tries to keep us safe. When we're thinking a lot, it thinks we must be in danger. So it starts halfway tightening the neck and shoulder muscles. So you're ready to defend yourself against an attack by a bear or run away or climb a tree. But we don't have those dangers like we did in the caveman days, but that part of the brain never evolved. So we are thinking all the time these days because we're driving, we have jobs, relationships, everything going on in our lives. So we're constantly thinking, but that part of the brain doesn't know the difference. So it starts tensing up muscles and our shoulders come up. So you got to remember throughout the day, drop your shoulders down. And I tell people, just remember the phrase, it's time to drop my shoulders. So let looking at the time remind you, drop your shoulders down. Oh yeah, it's 9:52, time to drop my shoulders. And then that will become a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you'll start doing it more often and you will have so fewer knots building up in your shoulders, upper traps, the shoulders, the neck. And that's one of the main causes of headaches. I work on people that's, two of the focus areas are, low back and upper and the shoulders and neck. That's where you're going to get the back pain or you're going to get the headaches or the shoulder pain or pains in the neck. It really, getting the knots out. It's going to take away the pain. It's going to increase your range of motion. Things will move much more fluidly. and it's a real simple process, virtually painless, and very effective. I've had people that have had the same pain for 30 and 40 years that they've been suffering with and trying to get help through the medical world. The doctors, specialists, neurologists still had the pain, could tell me exactly when it started. One guy said he slipped and fell down the stairs in a mill when he worked in the mill. And he hadn't worked in the mill for 40 years, but still had daily low back pain. Got him on the table, checked the muscle groups, found a whole bunch of knots right where I expected them to be, got him all to release. His back pain was gone for the first time in 40 years. It's really easy to do. The body is very, very self-correcting. Sometimes and people we're designed to help each other, to fix each other. All the pills, all the physical therapy, a lot of these things, a lot of them, I mean, I hate to just come right out and say it, a lot of them are completely useless. You know, the only benefit to them is they're making somebody a lot of money, and especially with the pharmaceuticals. We are just so over medicated in this country. It's really crazy. I've had so many people that have gotten completely off of their medications after I worked on them because they don't need them anymore. The pain is gone. I never tell anybody not to take their meds. It's up to you whether you're going to continue taking medications or not. But a lot of people don't like being on the medications, especially if you can get rid of the pain and not need them. So definitely check out my website again. You can go to I'llFixYou.com. Tell a friend if you know anybody that's been telling you for years and years they get headaches all the time or migraines. It's a real simple solution, very affordable, only $50 per hour. 2 locations. We're all over the valley here. Or no, not all over the valley. We're in 2 locations, but easy to get to from anywhere in the valley. Peoria at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird, that's in the Avenues just off the 101 freeway. You can call that office directly and book an appointment. Call 623-974-3333. Or you can go onto the website, I'llFixYou.com, and there's a button that says book at the Peoria office. Click on that, lets you pick your time and your day, and you got your spot reserved. Or you can call directly to me, and I can get you booked at the Phoenix location at Urban Wellness if you wanted to go there. And they have a lot of great healthcare practitioners there, acupuncture, everything else. And they actually do have a couple of office spaces for rent right now. They have some great rates on that. If you wanted to get a hold of me, I can get you in touch with them if you wanted to rent office space with them. And we are going to be back next week on Friday for one more Friday show, and then hopefully going to be starting the show back up on Sunday mornings at 6 a.m., 6 to 7 a.m. on the same station, 1100 KFNX. And we'll talk more and take more phone calls when we come back next week. And if you can identify this song that's playing right now, send an email to painmanagementarizona@gmail.com, and you will get on a very short list of people that know what this song is for an hour massage. I think right now there's actually only 2 people in that drawing. So somebody's going to have a real good shot of winning it if you can identify the song that's playing right now. Again, I'm Bob Miller. Go to painmanagementarizona.com or I'llFixYou.com for information on how to book with me. Get rid of your headache, back pain, migraines, hip pain, all these things. Start the new year pain-free. And I will see you next week. Merry Christmas, everybody.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers. The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
I'llFixYou.com. Therapeutic Massage with Trigger Point Therapy. This is real lasting pain relief. Regular massage is great, feels good, great for the body. But Trigger Point Therapy corrects the problem that's causing the pain at the source, even decades-old pain. Headaches, back pain, migraines, sciatic pain, and so much more. Safe, natural, and gentle, half the price of the big chains, only $50 per hour. Go to I'llFixYou.com.
If you missed the Lars Larson Show, you missed this.
But is there a way for the federal government to fix it, or should they stay away? In that case, I'm pretty well inclined to say stay away. Stay out of First Amendment trouble. You can't have the government regulating speech, even if it's on electronic media, because the minute you have the government deciding what kind of speech is worthy and what kind of speech should be banned, you're headed for real trouble.
Stay up late. Nighttime